Welcome back, ladies, gents, and everybody in between to the Band of Misfits Podcast, the showcase of controlled chaos we call our friendship. Now, woof. I knew what you wanted to say before we started recording, but I told you to wait because I wanted the nice people at home to hear it as well.
And to hear genuine reactions. And then y'all started joking about how this is going to be the first thing that you said. And of course it is. You do an intro and then you immediately drill me. So, okay. So, yesterday sucked. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. So, my schedule last week and this week have been very busy because I am doing an internship with the Mountain Heritage Center at my college, in which they put me in charge of an entire museum exhibit. I have to fill up 10 display cases.
Wow.
And it's going to be public at the library
That's
for our town. I know, it's really cool, but it's a lot of pressure. And then on top of that, it's midterm time. So last week and this week have been a ton of midterms. So everyone's giving me essays and tests exams and all this stuff. So I'll be kind of overwhelmed by all that.
Yeah, music people don't really have midterms.
Same with art.
I want to beat y'all up so bad.
Oh, do you want to work 30 hours a week on ceramics alone?
Yeah, it's not the best trade-off, my friend.
Yeah.
Fair point. But so I got an email. One of my professors sends emails out telling people the date and the time of the midterm. So I'm supposed to have class tomorrow, and he just changed it to Zoom. It was originally an in-class lecture. But, so I'm supposed to have his class tomorrow. So when I read the email, okay, you're going to have to stop typing. I love you, but the typing's picking up. Whatever you're doing is picking up really.
Who?
You.
Sorry, I was feeding my fish. Oh.
Oh, we could tell. You always feed your fish whenever we record.
Wolf, continue.
But so I got it in my head somehow that class Thursday, that means the test is Thursday because the last one was on a Thursday when we were supposed to have class, and we wound up just taking the test instead of class. So I got it in my head, okay, it's on Thursday. I had the study guide all filled out. I answered all 4 of the essays. He sends us a study guide with all the questions and all of the essays that he might choose one from. So I had answered everything, filled it all out. It was great. I was like, I'm so prepared. I'm going to be great. And then, so yesterday I was like, it was the first day in the past week and a half where I thought I can actually sleep in because I don't have anything until 11. Compare this face.
I don't like where this is going.
You know it's horrible. So I had it in my head I could sleep in. So that class is from 9:30 to 10:45. I woke up, and of course, had to go to my internship. Went to my internship, was there until about 3-4 o'clock. Came back to the apartment, decided to clean because, because my roommate and I have been very busy. We just haven't had the time to clean or do our laundry or clean our rooms and stuff. So I took the time to do that as well. Then I went to my computer and checked my email. First email that pops up. Ladies and gentlemen, the test will be live in 5 minutes. That was at 9:25 a.m.
Oh, God.
Get a second email at 9:30. Ladies and here is the essay question I have assigned for you. Get a third email at 11 o'clock. Hi, Wolf, are you aware that you didn't take exam 2? I swear to God, I just all the stress that's been building up the past two weeks just burst. My stomach sank. I just stared at my screen, no joke, for 5 minutes, not moving a muscle, and then I just burst into tears. I sobbed I sobbed for like an hour, and then I called my mom because I was so upset and I didn't know what to do, and I knew I had to email him and explain it, and I needed her help, so she's trying to help me. She's listening to me just sob uncontrollably. This has never happened to me in the history of elementary school, middle school, high school, and college. I've never missed an assignment. I've never missed a test. Even if I'm out of town, I do tests, I do assignments, never had an issue.
Right.
Completely screwed up today on this test.
Oh.
Completely screwed it up. So, emailed the professor, was like, oh my god, dude, I was like, I am an idiot. I've been busy. I explained like how my last 2 weeks have been to him. I was like, this is my last 2 weeks. That, coupled with the fact that things are online, coupled with the fact that we have class on Thursday, coupled with the fact that our last exam was on a Thursday when we had class, and we wound up just taking the exam during the class period and not going to class. I was like, it just, for some reason, my brain told me it was Thursday. Right. Because he puts the date, not the day, and I have lost track of the dates.
Right.
And...
Dude, what did he say?
So...
Did you get back to him already?
Didn't fall asleep till 5 a.m. Because I was so stressed over it. I was so upset. My mom was like, it's not the end of the world. I was like, yes, it is, because there's only 3 tests in this class. And those are the only grades. He doesn't have any papers, nothing. I was like, if I fail one test, if I get a 0, I can't pass that class. I will have to drop it. And then that means I have to take more classes in the spring, which means my spring year is going to be even worse. And I was like, you don't understand the severity of the situation. Thank God. So he emailed me this afternoon. I had just gotten to my internship because I had a ton of work because the exhibit installation is tomorrow. So I have to go tomorrow and spend like hours installing everything into the museum with, with the other people there helping me. I'm like in charge of it. And so he emailed me right when I went there, and I remember thinking, because I woke up at 8 a.m., so I only got about 3 hours of sleep. Mm-hmm. Because I woke up at 8 a.m. because I didn't want to miss if he emailed me. I was like, he goes into his office at 8 a.m. I'm going to wake up early so I can check my email. And then, of course, at 8:30, from 8:30 to 10:30, they were, so my apartment community was just built this year. It was literally built over the summer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And throughout spring of the school year. So a lot of the sidewalks got cracked, and I guess they are like, we don't want cracked sidewalks in our community. So they've been having construction people come here and tear them up. And they haven't told us what buildings are going to be affected, what date. So I got to spend 8:30 to 10:30 listening to the sidewalk that's literally 10 feet below my window. It's right outside my window. I could look at it. Get torn up. I got to listen to the saws. I got to listen to the guys shouting. I got to listen to the sledgehammers. I got to listen to the drills. I got to listen to the jackhammers.
Oh, dude.
Man.
And then I had to go to my internship. And then he emailed me at my internship. And he was basically like, I understand, but due to the fact that you did miss the exam, and also, he didn't say this, but I believe, this is why, he's old. He's very technologically challenged. I don't think he knows how to unlock the test again on Blackboard. Go figure.
No.
So, I don't think he could figure out how to unlock it again, so he was basically like, instead of taking that, he sent me a document, and he was like, I need this by 3 o'clock Thursday. Okay. And it's basically, I have to write a paper that was basically on what we did last unit, but it's answering a prompt. Here's the issue. The prompt is 1.5 pages long. Oh. Because it's just describing the situation that my quote-unquote character is in for the essay. And then I have to answer 2 questions based on that.
Oh, jeez.
Good news. I was like, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to write I'm going to write most of it. So 2/3 of it is done. I just have to, and I have the last third of it ready. I just need to word it into a paragraph. Like, I typed all the information out in bullet points. I just got to get it in a paragraph, and then I can turn it in. Because I have a class tomorrow morning, and then I have to go to my internship. I literally only have an hour window between those two things for me to turn in. So I was like, well, I can't work on it tomorrow, so I need to do it tonight.
Right.
So I did all that, and it was about 6 o'clock, and I was like, great, Misfits, we're not doing our podcast till 8. I have time to take a nap, power nap. Guess what my neighbor decided to start doing?
Playing music.
Blasting music. Blasting annoying, irritating, like, some rap electro music. I was like,
I liked rap.
He literally only stopped 30 minutes before we started recording. Like 30 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's...
Yeah,
it was
my
because
neighbor.
it was because he left. So I was just like,
one would blast rap music and the other would blast 80s at the same time. So
Weird.
I know that life.
So this has been the past 2 days have been horrible. But the past week and a half have been absolutely terrible. Actually, when I told my the intern people about what was happening, she was like, "Would you like us to move the installation?" I was like, "No, because this is the date that we agreed on with the museum, with the library that's being put into. It's the day before. We've already got everything done. Everything is ready to go. I just want to get it over with. Like,
Right.
I can sleep after we install it, which we should be done installing it hopefully between 3 and 4 o'clock tomorrow. So, but of course,
that's good.
you know, of course, I have to wake up early again in the morning because of my Zoom. So my Zoom class, Joy. So, you know, fun. But
I
yeah,
gotta get my bassoon from campus. Reminded me.
make a note. Make sure it's right. Because you might wind up like me.
The advantage of being in charge of many things all throughout college. A fun fact about me: I'm in this organization called ASTA, which is American String Teachers Association, and I was on the board of it for a year. And being on the board of ASTA means you're on the orchestra council, which means you're in charge of organizing everything for ASTA events and also everything for orchestral events. So that was my entire job for a year. So I'm used to scheduling very tightly.
See, I'm used to it as well. I have OCD. I'm great with scheduling.
Yeah.
I just got tripped up.
It happens. It happens to all of us.
Mm-hmm. And like I've scheduled Misfit events in the past, which no offense to you guys, but I swear to God, scheduling even going to see a movie and eat food is like herding sheep. Because y'all are like, oh yeah, we should go see that movie. I'm like, okay, do you want to eat before or after?
Time we went, we're gonna go see Black Panther, and then just didn't go see it the day.
Yeah, because no one replied to my text message. I was like, when do we want to go? What day? What time do we want to see the movie? Do we want to get food? And no one replied, and I was like, guess we're not seeing it.
Where was this?
This was a while ago.
This was like way back when it first came out, and we started hearing it was like super good and stuff. We were like, oh yeah, we should go see
I don't think I was here.
Yeah,
you were out of town, which was the other reason it fell through, because you and I are like the people that are on top of everyone. Like, when are we going? Where are we going to be?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And you were out of town, so you were out of town for some family thing. I think a funeral.
Oh,
maybe?
I think it was my grandmother's funeral.
Yeah, your grandmother's funeral. So like we were like, don't check the Misfit chat. Like, don't worry about it. My mistake. So yeah, I swear to God, y'all are herding sheep.
Really.
Getting anything.
Oh God.
We could plan to go down a hallway. It would take probably 20 minutes to plan it.
Oh, do you remember the celebration we organized for Miss O'Shea?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I struggled with that because I was the one that organized that whole thing.
Well, I tried to help you, and you said, no, I have this.
Yeah, no, it was when we were trying to distract her down the hall, and we almost didn't pull it off.
Yeah, that's when Wolf pulls, crap out of his rear and goes, we're going to do this, and starts going nuts and making a big old scene to distract her. which was what you should have done in the first place.
Well, no, we took her to the mural we did. It's like, we have some issues with this. Can you come check it?
Which she actually did make pointers, because I think that was, it was the mural upstairs that we got. Was it not? Oh, no, it was the big one that we were doing, the first mural we were doing. Yeah, because we wanted to get a second opinion on whether how far we wanted to continue it down the hallway.
Oh, God. Okay. Quick side note. The principal of the school was like, don't make this any longer.
Yeah, we know. Honestly, I agree, because it just would have been a little much. But I think it could have gone maybe one longer.
Well, my idea with it was I was going expanded to where...
It was just kind of the music notes and stuff?
Yeah, where the coloring part was going to become very thin.
Okay, we should probably describe this for our viewers quickly. So, we painted a mural on our high school. That was our school mascot, which was a husky. And it was for the arts department, which, music, arts, so we combined it. So, it was going to be the head of a husky that was howling out the notes for the alma mater.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right. That's right.
The alma mater. And the background was going to be kind of a zigzag rainbow type theme. And then, of course, we were going to have, our names in a very tiny bottom corner of it with our quote-unquote sponsors that donated materials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though they couldn't donate us a ladder that worked. We had the janky one that broke.
Oh, God, that was so...
Poor JR.
Yeah, one of the old Misfits got injured because one of the ladders guards that helps keep the ladder open broke, and
the ladder basically
JR
collapsed
fell
while he was on it. That. Yeah. I remember because I went down the hall to get something, and I heard a crash, and I turned around and saw what was left of it.
I think that was my first year of marching band. You guys did that, so I remember that.
Yeah. To put even more perspective on it, or like more history behind it, like the year before, there was a contest where people could turn in designs to be able to do these murals. And I was the one that turned in this design. And nothing came about it until all of a sudden, a year later, the principal comes up and it's like, shut up. At least I'm on meds. It's okay.
Yeah,
I needed just to laugh.
It's okay. I'll cut your name out.
We'll explain that in a second. But continue the story.
Yeah. Also, could you get your dog to shut up? Whose dog is barking?
I think that's Sugar.
Sugar.
Oh, well, I love Sugar. Latte. She's so cute, but she's quite loud.
Yeah.
That's Sugar.
Latte and your dog's name.
Oh, yeah, you're.
That's
so I don't know why we started talking about Sugar. That you meant like sugar, not
no,
sugar.
I meant
Sugar is in your super cute doggy.
Yeah, she's barking. I think the neighbor's dogs are going off.
No.
And she's arguing with them. She has a specific dog behind her house. Whenever that dog barks, just that one, they start having an argument between each other. It's like the weirdest long distance argument ever.
Aww.
Yeah.
And she's just staring at the door. Now she's staring at me because I'm talking about her. She says, stop talking.
Okay.
Going back to the story. Yeah, the principal asked me, hey, you did this design a year ago. I was hoping you could do this on one of the walls. Down in the music hall.
Made a request, didn't offer us any assistance in getting the supplies or anything. We had to get all that ourselves. Didn't give us a heads up. She was like, you need to start by this date, I believe.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, it was... no, it wasn't that. It's you need to get it done before Thanksgiving.
Right. She gave us an end date.
And that was like in August. So, oh man.
Yeah, it's a big mural, so it would take a while. And of course, we had to get the supplies, and we had to go to different sponsors to get them to give us the supplies.
you guys do not understand the chaos of what I had to deal with to get the damn supplies. Like, I went
helped you,
to
but I had a job, unfortunately, and I
yeah
just didn't have the
yeah
time to go with you.
yeah. It's just I went to Ace Hardware's, Lowe's, Home Depot, Sherwin-Williams, and what is Benjamin? I think is the name. That other people. Benjamin sucked. They didn't give me anything. Ace did. Ace helped me and gave me orange and yellow. And Home Depot gave me other colors. But the one that really helped out, and Miss O'Shea also helped out by giving me a teacher code.
O'Shea was the art.
Yeah.
She was the art person. She was the art director of school, and she was the favorite of everyone. She is the most supportive, loving person you will ever meet.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, but she gave me a code, and Sherwin-Williams hooked me up beautifully, where I was able to get like 10 gallons of paint of all these variety colors for $20.
Which, go figure, we would wind up needing in the future when we are done with this one. Do we want to tell the story of the other mural once we're done with this one?
Yeah, but pretty much I had Wolf help me. We had taped out the outline of the
First, we had to get a Sharpie or a dry erase marker and draw the damn. Wait, are we PG? Am I allowed to say damn?
It's fine. It's not that.
We had to draw the damn thing on the wall, and then we had to go and tape all over it. And then whenever the washable marker showed, we had to wipe it off because they didn't. Because even though we were painting over it, they're like, no marks on the wall. Blah 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 blah.
You're painting on the wall.
That's what I said. Yeah. They're like, no stray marks.
Yeah. Oh, here's a perspective for the listeners on the size. It was 15 feet tall by 40 feet long in the end.
Yeah, and she wanted this done within, 2 months?
That's like a month, 2 months, yeah.
Month and a half. Because she has
like no time to do a
size.
And then didn't she try to,
no funding.
Try to stop us? No funding. Didn't give us any chance to plan. We, hardly got the supplies we needed. We had a janky ladder. Asked for a better ladder because it was broken. We knew it was going to break. We were told no. Not until the old Misfit JR fell and got hurt in the school. And, oh shoot! Take a better ladder.
Yeah. I was the one that got assigned it, and originally it was like, okay, I need to get all these materials. Wait, how am I doing this by because originally I started off by myself doing this, and then I asked for Wolf's help, and then I started recruiting.
Yeah, because then I was like, this is a huge project. You're going to need everyone to help you with this. So then, we mentioned it to everyone. Everyone was like, I got time on this day. I can stay after. I got time on this day. I can stay after.
I was not able to because I was in marching band at that time.
Yeah.
And some days I wasn't able to stay after because I had work.
Yeah, I was the one that stayed every day because I was the one in charge. Mm-hmm. So I had to be there every day.
What's even worse is when she gave you the project, she didn't even ask if you had a group. She was just like, I need you to get this done. It was like...
paint this massive thing by yourself, please.
Well, originally it was only supposed to be 15 by 20. I decided to extend it.
We decided to go screw you and extend it by 20.
That's a huge project to do alone.
Mm-hmm.
In a month and a half.
And then didn't she try to stop it halfway through when we were almost completely done?
She didn't want, it was because we extended it, the extra 20 feet. She didn't want it because it was rainbow.
Yeah, because students told parents, and the parents, if there are any parents...
No, it was her.
It was just
her. It was her.
It was also parents.
Okay, that is very hypocritical.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I didn't tell you when she came over to observe the mural one day, was basically making comments about how the parents were starting to have issues with the mural because it was rainbow themed, and they thought the school was trying to force students to accept controversial ideas.
Even accepting that gay people exist? How controversial?
Yeah. Even though I explained to her why it was rainbow, because...
It was rainbow because it's the arts department.
What does it matter?
Well, no. This wasn't for the arts department. This was for the music department specifically. And I explained to her the reason why I made a rainbow is because when it comes to music, you can't describe music as one color.
Yeah, it's all
Music-
the colors. It makes you happy. It makes
Yeah.
you sad. It makes you,
Yeah,
jump
so
for joy.
I'll-
It makes you want to go and beat someone up. Like, it's all the colors.
Yeah, and that
And yeah,
barely
and
got it
everyone-
passed.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a point where I think she almost made us paint over it and paint
Yeah,
it different color and paint it like I think 2 or 3 just similar like boring old colors.
Yeah.
And we fought like hell against that because we were like,
What
And we
is
had the
big
support of the
deal?
music departments. The music
Exactly.
departments loved the mural.
Yeah.
They thought it
Yeah,
represented
I
them
remember Mr.
perfectly.
C. I remember Mr. C had come out and coming on a couple of times.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
C is the band director. He was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Miss H also came out and loved it as well.
Yeah, all of them came out and they absolutely loved
anyway. It was for the music department.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had other teachers that were like, "Oh, it looks great. The wall's not
That's
white.
because
It's
it was for
colorful.
them,
It
first of all.
pops."
Yeah.
So
Oh,
really
here's
doesn't
the
matter.
best part. Here's the best part about this. I actually wasn't supposed to put any of our names on it. It was only supposed to be the sponsors.
Oh, I know. I know that.
I remember that.
Yeah. I went
I
against
remember
that.
Mhm.
I went
Yeah,
against
not
it.
only did we extend it by 20 feet,
Why?
we put our names
Yeah.
on the thing. Hey, we paint that, we sign it.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah,
No,
but
Shioda. Don't mind
gosh,
Shioda.
that was so stressful. Yeah, but then Wolf, you and I got that second mural.
Well, what happened was our mural kind of inspired other groups to start doing murals. So 2 more.
No, it was it was 3 of us assigned at the same exact time.
Right.
I got
other
the
ones
one.
took forever doing it.
Y'all
Yeah.
was by far the best one of the other ones I saw.
Yeah.
And there was one.
Another mural popped up that had a bunch of different books on it, and then oh my gosh, there was one mural
It was rough.
that
It was rough.
it was so bad. So the husky looked like the Pepe Frog meme, that face. It looks like that, but it was supposed to be a husky. And then on top of that, so instead of using paint, apparently they got to the point where they started using washable marker on the wall for some of the colors.
And Sharpie and highlighter.
Yeah, I remember because we had to wash it all off the wall in order to paint over it because we couldn't paint over it. The paint wouldn't stick because of the chemicals. So we had to wash it off the wall. We literally spent the first 3 days just washing their stuff off the wall, and then we had to paint over it. And what's even worse is they abandoned it. It was like a third of the way done, and they just stopped. They gave up on it.
Yeah, and the
everyone was
design was
talking-
so bad.
It was so bad. Didn't it get people tried to kind of cover it up? People started putting posters there to cover up the face.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh,
It looks
but
so bad.
here's the worst part though. The paint we had from the last mural was stolen.
Mm-hmm.
So we had no paint.
It was stolen, and that group, when they decided to quit, took 2 of the paint pails, the only 2 paint pails that remained, and threw them away. They were full paint pails, and they threw them away. They dumped them and threw them away.
That much paint.
Gosh.
Because they were it's our paint. It was our paint. We just gave it to the art department so they could use it.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
So,
we
all
had
the
to
paint was-
get a bunch of new paint.
Yeah, so we had to go and ask the sponsors and people again for painting.
Yeah, and Wolf, was it only you and I that
It
pretty
was
much worked on?
only
That
us
was a
that.
much smaller mural, if I'm right.
It
was small. It was
Smaller
like
than
20
the-
feet by 10 feet.
Yeah,
10
it was a
feet
lot
by
smaller
20
than the one you
feet.
guys
And
did
also
before.
it went around a water fountain.
Oh,
So
gosh.
there's part of the wall we didn't have to cut.
I'm gonna have
cover.
issue in a second, Tail.
Oh, I think I know where you're going. Yeah.
But so we had to get the paint all over again. And I will say, I believe this time they were less than helpful because they were like, "Didn't we just give you a ton of paint? How on earth could you use all the paint?"
We only went to Sherwin-Williams that time, and they were completely helpful. We didn't even bother with the others because of how much of a
went to
hassle.
Home Depot and tried to ask, and they remembered you, and they said, didn't we just give your friend, Muse, a ton of paint? And I said, yes, but someone stole it, and what was left, this group of people decided to dump for no reason, and they're like, well, we already gave you paint. I didn't tell you about that because I didn't want to stress you out. Yeah, no,
okay, they didn't give me paint.
Basically, if you
They didn't give it to
if
me.
you were in the mural business,
They claim that you had been there and they had given you paint.
I got discounted paint. It was paint that people bought and returned it.
At least the husky actually looked like a husky after you guys had redone it.
Yeah,
but
Wolf painted over that ugly thing and drew a husky.
Yeah, I did the designing on the outside of the husky.
Yeah, I let you handle the designing. I just painted wherever you told me, but I did the husky.
It looked like something that elementary school art class would set out to do.
Yeah, it's
really
just we couldn't do much.
There wasn't much y'all could do about it because there was so much.
Plus, the principal was like, "We need this fixed ASAP."
Yeah, we got 1 month.
Were starting to, because they were starting to do like freshman stuff for the next year, where they had people coming in and looking, and they're like, "Well, we can't have this up." So yeah, you have 1 month to fix it.
Paint over it?
Because they wanted a mural there. They had told the school, "Oh, we're gonna have 3 murals," so they wanted 3 murals. So, which is why they found us, and they're like, "Oh, you completed the last one on time, and it actually looks good. Fix this."
Yeah.
And yeah, we had less people, less time, no resources, had to go get more resources, but somehow we managed to pull it off and paint it so it actually looked good. And I believe we signed this one as well.
Yeah, although I did not want to. Yeah, we signed it. It was right near the water fountains where we signed it.
Yeah, it's kind of tucked out of view by the water fountain.
Yeah, because, again, the principal didn't want us to sign.
She didn't want us to sign it. Nope. She was like, "It's school property. I don't care if you work on it, you are not signing it." And we went, we paint the damn thing. We write our name on the thing.
Yeah.
This is our legacy.
Yeah, I would have completely scrapped their design and redone the whole thing. And we couldn't because they took black paint.
Yeah, we couldn't paint over the black. I literally, when I was doing the husky, I had to go over the design and just work with it and mold it into something that resembled a husky, which it wound up actually being pretty good, but it took days to get the animal.
Yeah, that was
the
so
blackest
hard.
of black paint that no amount of white could have covered.
Yeah, we would have gone through 2 gallons of paint just to cover the black.
Mm-hmm. And then, that's not to mention the days that we had to spend just cleaning all the highlighter and marker and Sharpie off of the thing.
Yes, they used freaking highlighter.
Because they got lazy. They started putting highlighter on the wall instead of painting it. And then, they had the gall to, the paint that didn't get stolen, they dumped.
Yeah. It pretty much looked like
use it.
Yeah, imagine a classroom of kindergartners were given random pieces of art supplies. Here, go do whatever the hell you want on this.
And then you take all those papers and you stick them together and say, this is a work of art. That was basically what it was. None of it, like, when we painted over, I think we kept a little bit of the original designs because some of the patterns were fine, but some of it we just scrapped completely.
Yeah, like...
So some of them we had to completely paint over because the colors were horrible.
Why even bother if you're just going to give up halfway through?
Well, again, don't forget, none of us were given funding.
That's true.
And I don't think that group really thought to go out and try and get donations and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to point fingers, but so we were an art club, but the art club kind of split into 2 groups. It was our group and the other group, and I believe the other group was the one that did that mural.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell the workload difference. Who cared more? Our mural turned out a masterpiece.
It was very nice, yeah.
Theirs had the principal coming to us to fix it.
Yeah. Well, again, don't forget, if we were high schoolers, so it's not like every day you are like, okay, I have to be organized and figure out how
That's
to
huge.
do this. Whereas, like, I luckily was able to um, get advice from Miss O'Shea, the head, where she gave me letters of like official document letters to ask for supplies.
Mhm.
So that helped me in order. And then it's like I had to communicate, I had to bargain and compromise with the other people. Like I got the paint from Ace because the only thing they asked of is if I wrote their name on the mural as a sponsor. And it's like, yes, I can
It's
easily
like,
do that
that's
for
easy.
you.
We can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just, if you don't know how to do that, then I could completely understand,
Yeah.
like, then you
Yeah.
don't
I
really,
guess it's just a person who was in charge of a club's finances for a year. I'm used to that.
It's
Yeah.
also the fact that it depends on the people working on it too, because you could tell the half of the art club that did that mural, which actually included the art club presidents, vice presidents, secretary, and all of them.
That's
That we had the treasurer,
pathetic, you know.
JR,
All
the
you can
old
pay is to
Misfit
pay the
JR
plug,
was the
and you're
treasurer.
the art club president.
They drew that. Yeah, president, vice
That's
president,
bad.
secretary, they drew that. It was
Yeah.
horrible. I actually, what wound up happening, because we had such a limited amount of time, I actually had my work change my work schedule for that entire month. So one, I pushed my hours back so I could spend more time at the
I
school
don't think I've ever
helping
heard this
Muse.
story so in depth.
And
before.
then, yeah, it just never really. We just
Oh,
never really,
gosh.
I guess, brought it up and spent an evening talking about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Wolf almost killed me a few times because, like we mentioned earlier, one of the obstacles was the water fountain. We had to get like 5 feet above the water fountain to paint. So during these school years, I was in leg braces. So I decided, because I was working by myself on these couple days, like I started off and Wolf was going to come later to help.
mm-hmm.
Wolf arrived a couple times to see me on top of like the top rung of a ladder in leg braces, leaning as far over as possible.
So the ladder's starting to wobble a little bit.
Yeah.
Dave Wolf with the freaking heart attack, he sprinted down the hall to grab the ladder and shout at her to get down.
The year in middle school where you were like, were in a cast for like most of the year or something, and I was like, carried your backpack around.
Oh, that was 7th grade.
That was 7th grade, yeah.
7th grade. It was 7th grade. That's right.
Yeah, that was 7th grade because I developed tendonitis in my ankle.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and I had to be on crutches for like a month with that.
It was a month. That's right. I remember. And your mom like took me to dinner. It was
Yeah.
really nice. I still have the picture in my room and with the waiter in the background, like.
Okay, you need to show me that. I don't remember that.
Dude,
you need to share that with me.
Chat. I gotta see that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but ironically, I've been on crutches several times from middle school to high school. And every time an adult, like a teacher or the nurse, are walking with me or something, I go past them on crutches.
Yeah, they're slow as hell.
You'd be amazed how it, like, I've known Muse for many, many years, and I've been friends with her for pretty much every time she was in crutches or used a wheelchair for mobility.
Oh, God.
Her legs were getting... now,
Dude,
the wheelchair thing
I
wasn't
remember that
really
wheelchair.
her choice, because I remember her mom... We went to Disney World for...
Oh, my
God.
We're not saying that her mom is overprotective, but her mom is overprotective.
Her mom, like, made her... She didn't even need the wheelchair, really. She just needed to be able to sit down every now and again when she got tired, which was fine. And I remember we took the wheelchair back to the Disney World office because she didn't want to use it, and she didn't really need it.
Let me quickly explain why I didn't want to use it.
Yeah.
We were in groups. There was like 4 of us in a group. We happened to have 8 of us together, like 2 groups together. And Panda, you were with... Because I joined your group, I thought.
You joined my group because your group was garbage.
Yeah, because like the leader of my group, because she was such a bossy, anyway.
PG-13!
Yeah, no, she was like, here, use the wheelchair, Muse, so we can get to the front of the line.
Yeah, I remember this story. You told me that she wanted to use it to her advantage, which made you hate it even more.
Okay. What about people that literally have to use the wheelchair?
Yeah, no, but like for me, I'm like, I'm getting out of this and I'm going to stand in line like a person. And they're like, come on, you're only a little disabled. Just use it to your advantage.
What does that mean?
So I'm like, okay, I'm done. I am not using this. I don't like being known as being disabled. I don't like people acknowledging it. I don't like to be different because of it.
Being taken advantage of because of it.
Yeah, and then they get pissed at me.
Said that. I don't think I was in. I was with Emma and my friend at the time, Casey. My friend at the time, Casey, and we were in a group together. And I remember my friend was like, we were, I think, briefly kind of in a group with the girl that you're talking about as well.
I was with Rachel.
She yelled at our friend Emma. Because Emma got a little excited and she went to go meet Rapunzel. You know, she was really excited about it. And we were like, oh my gosh, don't sneak off like me and my friend Casey were both like, oh my gosh, girl, don't sneak off like that. Like, you scared us to death, okay? Just let us know if you want to go. And then she just like yelled at her for no reason. And we were really upset. We didn't know what to say. And after that, we pretty much just the four of us split off together. We had a much better time after that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because the girl got mad at me because I wouldn't use the wheelchair. Because I didn't want to be seen as different. And
I remember you guys came back from that trip and I was like, you need to tell me who this girl is. She and I need to have a word.
Yeah.
Don't know I don't know who she is. Y'all like refused to point her out, refused to tell me who she was.
Yeah, but the wheelchair only lasted an hour on that trip.
Because I remember, this was the thing I was going to say, was because Muse didn't want to use it because she doesn't really need it. And as long as she has time to sit down and rest, if she's walking for a long time, she's fine. You know? So I sat in the wheelchair because we didn't want to just be rolling an empty wheelchair back, and Muse didn't want to sit in it. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll sit. I'm tired.
Yeah, and then we dropped it off at like an office.
It was
and we just left it there.
Office of Disability or something.
Yeah.
And I remember being in there. It was one of the most surreal experiences of my life because I remember people looking at me and like this weird look in their eye. And I had never personally experienced. I mean, I've been friends with Muse for many, many years, and I know the look. And it bothered me, but it never quite like hit me like it did in those moments when I was sitting in that wheelchair being pushed, and it looked like I was paralyzed because I wasn't really moving.
Yeah.
And I wasn't pushing myself because I didn't know how to use a wheelchair.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you who don't know, yes, Muse has a few small disabilities, but she can still kick your butts every single day of the week.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong.
Trust me.
Like.
Yeah,
anything you can do, she can basically do. And she can probably beat you at some of it.
Like, to explain what I have is I have cerebral palsy in my hips and legs. It is brain damage that affects my muscles and nerves. And so I'm not able to walk as far. Well, I kind of pushed myself to where I almost passed out.
Yeah,
but I can't run. Yeah, but I can't run, I can't jump. I'm very limited in mobility. I walk with a limp because of this. And I also have mild scoliosis as well. So all of that affects me. And so, like, that's my disabilities with that. Just so. Yeah, but.
I remember you being really upset because, like, I had never really, like, I mean, I knew that Muse had a disability, but it never really bothered me, and like it wasn't obviously it shouldn't bother you because
it never slowed her. It never slowed you down. It never slowed Muse down ever.
Yeah, I mean, like sure there were times when like we might need to sit down for a minute so she could rest, but it never really bothered me because I was really lazy and just didn't like to work.
Yeah, it was fine with us. An excuse to sit. Hell yeah!
I was just making excuses, but like yeah, no, it was just a very surreal experience because I don't have any physical disabilities or anything like that. So it made me grateful that I don't have to deal with that judgment. It's not like I could probably, if I had cerebral palsy or things like that, I'd probably be okay. Like I'd probably cope and be fine, just like Muse does. But it would be the scrutiny that would be really hard for me.
Yeah, like for me, the hardest difficulty is not being able to do things. Like when I was little, I would, or like in gym class in high school, I was playing tag football with everyone. I got tackled by a damn football player.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh,
worst person to
gosh.
get tackled by, and you got tackled by him. I remember that.
Oh yeah, no, that guy got in so much trouble from the teacher. But
I
like,
remember that.
yeah, it's just I would play flag football. I would play soccer. I would try and do baseball. I tried to do running when we had to do laps. Like I would always push myself because I didn't want to be known as the one with disabilities or being the one as I get special treatment. I hate getting that. And so I always try and prove myself. And so because of that, I do get looks in public. I get looks when people stare at my legs or I get questioned. And I feel like that's the worst part for me to deal with, especially now that I'm an adult, I'm 21, and I still deal with, like, I don't care about kids. There's some points where I get to have a little fun.
You'd think adults would be better.
Well, kids don't know.
Kids don't know better.
Yeah.
Adults do, and they'll still stare at you like you're different.
Yeah.
Which irritates the hell out of us whenever we're all together as a group. I think the amount of adults we pissed off just because we glare at them or tell them to keep their eyes to themselves.
Well, because it's unnecessary. And like Muse was saying, children and like I was saying before, children don't know. They're curious about the world.
Yeah.
And they want to understand things.
Yeah, but adults need to know better.
Yeah, and I'm fine with the kids, but I've had adults come up to me and it's like, what in the world is wrong with your legs? Why aren't you walking right? And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, I've had adults come up to
with your head.
I will never repeat anything that the adults told me, but I've had adults come up to me and be like, "That's your friend," and they'll say things, and I'm not repeating any of it because I locked it out of my head. But let's just say I almost got thrown out of Barnes and Noble once because of it. But when I explained the situation, the person who brought up the thing to the employee, they got thrown out instead.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah, but I don't mind kids. There's actually a quick funny story. I worked at a daycare when I was younger and in high school. There was this one little kid that like he doesn't like to eat his food, especially his veggies. And so while I was trying to get him, like watching him, making sure he would eat, he randomly asked me, "Why do you walk funny?" And so I got the bright idea. The reason I walk funny is because I didn't eat my vegetable. And he immediately just started scarfing his vegetables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you used it as a lesson for them, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, like I don't care if kids ask me because they're curious and they don't understand. But an adult, okay, if an adult asks politely, "Hey, I noticed you're walking a little differently. Why is that?" Like, I don't care if you ask like that. But to say, "What is wrong with you?" That's where it's like, okay, what is wrong with you?
Like, why would you ask a question like that? No, the only physical thing that I've ever had, I don't know if you knew me when I still had this, but I had an anxiety-induced twitch. We thought I had Tourette's for a bit, but I still have a twitch, kind of, but it's not really as bad as it used to be, and it's kind of manifested in a different way. But I had a very intense twitch when I was younger because I had undiagnosed anxiety, and I had a teacher that bullied me very intensely in second grade. She would exclude me, and she told my parents she thought I was weird, like to their face, and my mother almost killed her. And if you know anything about my mother, she could kill you, I think, if she wanted to.
Oh, yeah. She's very protective over you guys. No one gets to insult you.
She was very upset. she got her fired. I remember that. She got that lady fired. She deserves to be fired,
I'm
especially
trying
as
to
someone.
yeah.
You, maybe it was second grade, so it was before I.
Oh, yeah, because I met you in 4th grade.
Yeah, it was 2 years before I met you, and second grade was a rough time for me because I was very anxious. I still have anxiety, but it's been diagnosed and dealt with at this point. So it was I was made to feel outcast as well for a little bit, and I do have a bit of a twitch disorder from my anxiety, but it's pretty much been dealt with. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen me twitch, but if you have, that is what it is. So
I've seen it. I just
yeah,
you're still
really,
you.
It doesn't really happen as often as it used to, but it does happen every now and again. And mostly it's when I don't get really good
You're
sleep.
still you. We've all got things. Like,
Oh
dude,
man,
I
yeah.
don't really notice it. Like, it's an unconscious thing, so I wouldn't know if I've done it. But like, it's not something that happens nearly as often as it used to.
Dude, when
Yeah.
It's a neurological thing.
When I was in 5th grade, so I didn't get so I have what is called emotional detachment disorder. I didn't get formally diagnosed with this until a year ago, but they basically said I'd had it since elementary school.
Yeah.
I was point blank told when I was in 5th grade that the reason no one wanted to do group projects with me, which I didn't care because I'd rather work on my own, unless I was in class with a friend, then yeah, I want to work with them. But I was point blank told by not just one teacher, by like 3 different teachers that the reason no one wanted to do projects with me is because no one liked me. Because they thought I was mean and cold and uncaring. Hey.
6th grade. 6th grade.
I didn't know he was well, though. That was a part of the emotional
7th
attachment thing. It takes me years to get emotionally attached to someone.
Yeah, it wasn't until 9th grade till all of a sudden, like, oh.
It was years of bonding that Wolf and
I
had gone.
Yeah. With emotional attachment disorder, basically you can't connect with people on an emotional level. Like, other people, if you see a stranger crying, you go, oh my god, what's wrong? For me, if I see a stranger crying, I go, sucks to be them.
Yeah.
Because I just don't form that it just doesn't connect. That I'm supposed to be feeling, empathetic with them. You get that emotional bond with people. It takes years for me to build up an emotional bond with people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's very common with that disorder to where you actually just can never form attachments. Like, it's a very common diagnosis for those who are adopted if they are older when they get adopted. Because, I got falsely diagnosed with that so many times.
Which, I am not adopted, for the record. Not adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is. She did get falsely diagnosed with it multiple times. However, I am not. But I also have severe social anxiety and OCD, so they believe that the social anxiety made me antisocial, which fed into the emotional detachment, because I was always worried about what other people would think, so my brain went, well then, let's just not connect with people, because it's safer.
Right.
So...
I'm talking about my Twitch. I'm very twitchy right now because I have not slept very well in the past 3 days.
Dude, I feel that.
It used to be the front of my face, but now it's the back of my head.
I turned the lights down specifically so y'all wouldn't see me looking like a raccoon for this. I have, like, dark circles under my eyes. You can't really see them, but they're there.
After I started violin, most of the Twitch I got under control. If I practice regularly, it's not as bad. I think a lot of it unable to.
Yeah, I noticed music helps with twitches. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because like I have a twitch where like I jerk my head to the side, which you guys have seen a lot. Yeah, and music helps with that. I definitely agree.
Dude, remember that kid in band class who had Tourette's?
Oh yeah.
Best piano player I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
Like, holy crap, amazing piano player.
He's
Yeah,
an incredible
he has
marine.
Tourette's, which makes
Oh,
you
excuse me.
basically
I think
twitch
I
uncontrollably.
think it's she. I think it's she, her now. Actually, it's my fault.
Oh,
I'm forgetting. I think that she transitioned, if I remember right. So
okay.
she, her, if I remember right. But yeah, she was amazing, and you
Yeah,
know, whenever
absolutely
it would be
amazing.
really quiet, it was like after marching band competition, it was really really quiet, and she was, you know, she had a vocal based Tourette's for the most part, grunting and blinking
Yeah.
and kind of thing, and she's like, I can't, like, why are all these people staring at me that have known me for so long? I have Tourette's. I don't know what they want from me, because it was very frustrating, because it was bad,
Mm-hmm.
and when it got quiet and stressful, that's when it got worse, because it's
Mhm.
anxiety kind
Yeah.
of neurological based disorder, and I was like, I don't care. And I have a twitch too, so perhaps it was like mine.
Yeah.
Not I don't have Tourette's or anything, so it wasn't anything that I had a separate diagnosis for, but I somewhat understood.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you still watching Masked Singer, Shota, or do you want to wait?
I mean, it ended.
Oh,
Oh.
It ended, so that's
also
why.
one thing.
Do you want to participate in
Yeah,
this
this
conversation?
is a very deep discussion about
I
disability.
mean, y'all have been in the Misfits archives, so I'm not very in tune to that part. So
We're just having a very candid discussion about disability right now. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing with me is just dyslexia and speech impairment.
I
Mm.
didn't know you had dyslexia.
I
Is
mean,
it-
that's pretty.
Is it reading based dyslexia?
Yeah, it's a learning based disability.
Yeah.
Which
And
may,
there's a lot of different forms of it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I-
yet, Shiota, you decide to reorganize an entire whole library.
Hey, that didn't have to. That had nothing to do with reading every single book in the library.
Well, you kind of
It's like-
did. You read every title and
Well,
author.
not every page.
So
Not yet.
yeah. For those of you that you like, I know Shirley like was just saying there's more than one kind of dyslexia. I know most people like think of dyslexia as what Shioda has, where you read it and you kind of mix words or letters up where you're reading it. But like,
For some reason, mine goes with like if it's in a loud, like if I'm in a loud area, like I can distinguish right from wrong. Like not morally, but like Christian wise. Like it, like for some, like I don't know if this is part of my dyslexia or anything, but like it's hard for me to concentrate in like a loud area.
no.
Yeah.
Like sometimes sometimes I walk when it gets especially busy. Like someone tells me something, I just like stare at them like, what?
Oh, did you say ADHD? I thought you said dyslexia. That's my
I mean, I may have a form. I may have like a minor case of that, but
Oh, my ex-boyfriend had ADHD. That one I knew about. And he would never take his medicine, and I'd have to make him take his medicine.
okay, I'm not. I don't think it's ADHD, but I may have ADD. I don't know. I never was professionally diagnosed.
Yeah, it's probably It's probably what is it? Inattentive based ADHD. That would probably be the.
But I remember one time because like my dyslexia makes it hard for me to grasp the concept of math. So I remember one time in my what year was that? I want to say either junior or sophomore year. I had this really mean math teacher. Yeah, I know Alien had her too, but I had this really mean old lady math teacher, and like she was explaining like some sort of form. She was explaining some sort of formula, and I was like,
Hi, sugar.
I was like, what?
This is sugar.
Oh, yeah, I was wondering what that was. So she was explaining this like formula. I forget which one. Maybe Pythagorean. I forget.
Oh
but like,
gosh.
I was.
I hated that one.
like, and she got done explaining it, and I was like, okay, can you go over that again slowly? And she just looked, and she just stared at me like, are you dumb or something? Which, to be fair, with math, I can be a bit dense, but
It's okay. This
still.
you struggle a bit more in one subject. Teachers should
I'll
be
say,
able to
nobody's
do that.
perfect in all subjects.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I get that in English all the time.
Oh,
Where-
I'm
I
an idiot in
remember that.
chemistry.
No.
I only passed
Yeah.
because Bookworm tutored me, literally, no joke, 3 days a week.
Oh yeah.
Monday, Wednesday,
she and I were
Friday.
in, she and I were in the honors chemistry class together sophomore year.
And then junior year when I took honors chem, which I should have just taken regular chem, but then I didn't want to drop out because of my anxiety. She was taking AP chem for fun. So
Yeah.
because a combination of her and me having a really nice teacher, I don't think
But that's her
I
thing.
completed any assignment in that class except for the midterm and the final. I didn't complete any assignment. I turned in what I could do, what I was able to do with her help, and I was just graded based on that. And because of her, I actually passed that class with a B. I don't know how.
Nice.
I'm an idiot. I can't tell you anything I learned from that class.
Though.
Yeah, she
That's
turns us
literally
idiots
what
into
she
geniuses.
majors in. So
Yeah.
not too bad.
Yeah. Didn't she
yeah.
take like 3 AP classes just for fun?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, her idea of fun is not our idea of fun.
I was going to be a doctor originally, so I probably would have taken them with her, but then I decided to do music because I wanted to be poor for the rest of my life. So here we are.
Oh, at least you're being a teacher. I'm not even going down that road. I'm just going to be a poor artist.
Yeah, at least I'll have a teaching license.
Yeah, you're at least above me.
Although
Yeah.
my career goal, as I've said before, is education-based politics, so I'll be getting an administration degree and working probably as a principal and then superintendent, so I will have some amount of money in the long run.
Yeah, and then you have Bookworm, who's going into science, which is an easy career to get a job. Then you have Wolf, who's work for the federal government and trying to hide bodies. I mean, trying to study them.
No, I just go to a crime scene and say how they died.
Cause of death, yeah. That kind
And then I hide my bodies in the graves that we've excavated. Get it right. Get your facts
Your
right.
bodies?
I mean, other people's bodies. Have respect,
Yeah.
you know, the whole respectful burial feel.
Smooth.
Latte! Do you want to weigh in? I don't know.
Yeah.
Latte!
Yes.
Do you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still here.
Okay.
I have nothing to weigh on in particular.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure if you wanted to say something.
Latte, what was it you majored in again? Spanish?
Yes, Spanish.
That's a smart idea, though. You can get a lot of jobs with a degree in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah, I was
true.
just reflecting on how stressful it was. It was so stressful. Oh my
Well, now
gosh.
you have it.
Yeah, when you told me you were taking a ton of Spanish, I went, oh, I pity you.
That's a good.
Yeah.
It's a
But-
good degree to have, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to get a lot
My
of jobs
teachers
with
were
that.
really nice. Oh, but
That's good.
Yeah, the amount of money that Chancellor makes is crazy. Earlier I was taking an ASL quiz where like I'm supposed to like videotape myself signing like different words,
I love that.
and I was looking up the sign for a word. I think it was like graduate. I forget which one it was, but like no, like when I was looking through Google, I saw a ad for a ASL Chancellor, and they make some big bucks. Like
They
good
make a lot
gosh.
of money.
I will tell you, like, my essay assignments were brutal because they didn't want us using like English sources, so I had to find like Spanish sources, which is just really odd. I don't know if it's like the computer or something, but they don't come up easily. And
For future reference, I think you could change the language on your computer to Spanish, and then if you go to Google Scholars to look up sources, it should be a lot easier that
Just if
way.
you're doing a research paper or something, if you end up
Yeah.
going to get your master's, it would be a good idea to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably would help. And I would like use sometimes the library database and different things like that.
Yeah.
But it was just hard because I remember writing like a paper on like Venezuela and like the history of yes. I don't remember. I think it was over 750 words. Or something like that, somewhere around there. It was bad because I had I don't remember how many papers it was. It might have been 4 or 5. I don't know, but I was taking classes crazy because I graduated early. And they were all due at approximately the same time. Ooh. And they were all 700 and something words. 700, I think, to 1,000 words, each of them. It was a nightmare. Honestly, I thought I was going to lose my mind. That was my last semester. It was hell on earth. Just put it like that. Yeah. And I still had midterms and finals to take, independent of the essays. I'm like, why would you do this to me? Do you hate me?
It's college. They hate everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least my teachers at the beginning. Sweet.
I recently learned I have to write a 700 to 1,000 word program note essay to pass my recital. So that's cool.
Why?
Yeah.
Because the music school hates me.
Yeah, I have to do something similar with the art program. It's just I have to write a research paper on my art concept for my showing, and I have to find resources describing my art, which is original.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Yeah,
exactly.
At least
have any of you guys done?
I have to write about Mozart and Tchaikovsky and stuff. So
yeah.
Have any of you guys done literary? It's hard to say literally. Analysis yet?
Literary analysis.
Yeah.
I never took any of the really English classes in college because I took AP in high school and I got 4s on my.
Wolf did.
Yeah, they made me do those in Spanish. I had to read Spanish books.
I did that in Spanish 3. Yep, I took 3 years of Spanish. Don't know why.
Yeah, I will say this. It is some of the books I had to read in Spanish were so weird, disturbingly weird. Not all Spanish books are like that for anybody who's listening, but the books I had to read were very graphic, and that's all I'm gonna say because this is a PG podcast. And I was just kind of reading these. I had to take tests or write papers on this, and I'm like, this is disturbing. Let's just put it like that.
I think you're describing most of the books I read.
Apparently, off topic, apparently the dating app is doing an online watch party of Ratched, so if anybody wants to go join.
Oh, thanks for friending me on there,
Panda. I saw it. You sent me a friend request on her, and I was like, oh, hey, girl.
Yeah. I was like, should I swipe right? No, that is way too awkward, friend.
I'd be like, I would match and be like, trying to tell me something?
Well, I mean.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about all this dating stuff. Because I've never been out there.
Take your time.
I've kind of gotten bored with it because I get lots of likes and there's no one I'm ever interested in. So I just.
I'm afraid.
I refuse to do online dating.
Yeah, I'm scared
I'd rather meet people in person.
Nobody will actually converse with me, and the one girl kind of faded off into the distance.
Yeah,
in the distance.
Yeah, that's what happened with me a lot of time.
Anyways, they get me to make sure I don't go into my romantically depressed state, because I do have those. Did I ever tell you the reason why I want to become an English teacher?
Sure.
Did I ever say that? Did I ever tell that story?
I don't think so.
Okay, hang on. I need to get a pop.
Oh boy. Well, how long have we been going?
How long have we been going? We have been going for an hour and 9 minutes. is 9:40. You need to take your pain meds in 20 minutes, by the way.
Yep.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yep.
Wait, which ones do I take?
28. Old for my boy.
For context, I got dental work done, and so I'm in pain, and I need to take pain meds.
I'm wondering how you're able to talk.
Oh, it hurts so much.
I tried to type at the beginning, but
yeah, it's easier to talk. I'm trying to hold back from talking with having my tongue hit my front teeth, so it's a little difficult.
Okay, so great. What grade was that? I want to say in not elementary school either. Shoot, when was that? I think that. Okay, so in my last year in elementary school, I had this teacher who was part of like the special needs track. Like, I've always gone to like special needs courses because I was labeled as special needs because of my dyslexia.
Mm-hmm.
So I had this really cool teacher who he was in the vein of like Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. Like he taught me like a lot of lessons. Like he gave the class, and it was just like a small group of like 5 or 6 people. He gave them a like a little wooden acorn, which I sadly lost when we moved. But he can like the lesson behind that one was like you have an acorn just freshly planted, and as you grow, you're gonna grow into a big mighty oak tree or something of the sort.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I always had this one little bit with him where like he would play like a song, or we would be reading a story, and I was always good at like finding the deeper meaning of it. So on the last day of school, he played this song called I need to look up the artist. It was the song called "I Hope You Dance" by someone.
I hope you did. Oh,
I would offer to
but I
Google,
can't
but
think
you
of the
already
person who
Googled.
sings it either.
Leanne.
Yeah, Leanne Rhymes, right?
Yeah. So and like for some reason, like I was like emotionally distressed because it was my last day of elementary school, and I was kind of scared of middle school. So on the day,
weren't we all?
So like, I think this was a few days before the end of school, but he surprised me because he got me this little wooden statue. He carved this himself.
That's cool.
And on the bottom, it has a message. This was in 2010, so this was 10 years ago.
10 years.
It says, "Sheila, you are the reason I teach, Mr. D."
Aww.
And every day, every year after that, I've had like really amazing language arts teachers, and he was also like the subject I always had him in. I had him for was language arts, so I decided, hey, I've always had really good teachers. Mr. D was the teacher that inspired me to be a teacher, so let's bite the bullet and do language arts, because I've always had like really hard time struggling in pretty much every subject, especially language arts.
Mm-hmm.
So he inspired me to become a language arts teacher, and when I start actually teaching, I'm gonna go by Mr. D, because the name I knew him by was Mr. D.
Mm-hmm.
That was really nice of him to make that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't tell the story a lot because I always tear up near the end.
Aw.
Oh, this is why I wish we could hug you.
I'm a Scorpio. I get very emotionally attached to things. And this no one statue, like I have it like across the room, on top of the shelf. And
Which room is this?
the room between my room and my brother's.
Got it.
Because I'm always in here. Like my community is in here, the Switch is in here.
So you technically have 3 rooms.
Yeah, technically, yes.
Dang, dude.
Wait, actually, no, you haven't. I'm gonna show you my room.
I've never been to your house.
Yeah,
I need to go to your house.
I need to show you my room later.
Yeah,
No,
it's really
mind the
cool.
mess. Don't mind the mess, though.
No, forget the
Yeah,
mess. I'll get to see your super awesome room.
So, and I have the song on my Spotify, and every time it comes on, either like on radio or whatever, like I go completely silent because like it's like I have like an emotional connection to that song because it was just
Yeah.
one of the songs that reminds me of Mr. D, and oh gosh.
I mean, that's good. It's good to have an emotional connection to a song that reminds you of a good time in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of a bad one.
Also, yeah, I have a few songs that remind me of I can't listen to anymore because they just
Yep.
don't remind me of things I want to think about.
Mine is I'm not gonna say it because there's a reason. I'm gonna type it because there's a reason.
I have a very intense emotional connection with the song For Good from Wicked. I sang it with my brother twice, once at my grandmother's funeral, and then the second time at my very last live recital. Once at my very last live recital with him, kind of as a goodbye to singing with him. And so both of those things are very emotional things for me in different ways.
Yeah, I think the number one song now for me is Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
By the way, I love your dog. I just want to say that. I've just been staring at your dog's picture and it's so cute.
Yeah, that song kind of got ruined for me because it played at my grandmother's funeral. So it's like, damn it.
But the song I put into the text channel is like my childhood nickname was a lyric in that song.
I love
and
that
every
song.
time we went on a road trip, my older brother would be in the seat in front of me, so he would always reach over and like grab my thigh and like singing that particular part in the song like really off tune, and now I just can't listen to it.
That song, it's one of those songs
without
where
wanting to stab someone.
Yeah.
Look in the chat.
The reason why I didn't say it was because
You'll that song. I haven't heard it. I might have to listen to it.
It's one of
those
songs where like it doesn't make any sense, but it's for some reason.
It doesn't make
good.
sense, but I hate it. Like I will.
I will. John, but
I typically don't get really angry, but I get really frustrated whenever that song comes on. Like, and it's dumb because my walk plays it a lot. So I have to suffer through like 3 minutes of it.
Mine always plays Shania Twain songs for some.
And whenever I see a weird a customer that I feel like is gonna give me lip. Like I'm like someone else can take care of it. I'm not going to because I'm gonna snap.
I literally
Like-
just do my register like.
Like if you're gonna
That's
get on
Girls.
if you're gonna get on me
It's a good song.
for like whatever reason it's not ringing up correctly and you're gonna snap at me and give me a lip while this song is playing, you do not want that battle.
I can't. Oh man.
Oh, I think I
I'm
know
so glad
how
I'm not
you.
working right now.
then.
I can't take getting lip at the moment. I'm too stressed.
Mm, 10
Uh,
minutes. Eh.
All right.
people are weird.
This was fun.
Oh man. Is there anything else we want to touch on right now?
I mean, hopefully we'll be back to scripted things next week.
We will. We just wanted to do kind of a chill episode every so often.
Yeah.
Just so
Yeah.
people talk
Yeah.
about their
Like-
week
Yeah, but
and their life.
considering the last chilled episode was like an episode ago.
2.
Here's the thing, though. I really enjoyed.
It was
these
2 episodes ago, and there's
because I
only
feel
3
like
of us.
get
What were
to
we
talk
supposed to
about,
do?
You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I feel like we really get to talk freely and cover things that we might not have touched
Mhm.
on if it had been
Yeah.
something that was
And-
guided. So I do
Yeah.
enjoy doing this.
And
I
this one was a
honestly,
little
yeah.
bit from a script. This was a little bit of script because
I
we were
mean,
going.
this is kind of
we were
the art of
discussing the
being
Misfits.
us. Yeah, the art of being us. This is our life. This is kind of script.
Oh, that's
Scriptish.
probably what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the art
Oh.
of being a misfit. That's kind of why we were talking about our past so much.
Yeah.
Kind of art. of
You were busy with
like-
your masked singer.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay, I have beef about this episode, but since
You could
Muse actually watches it too, I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
anything.
since
Yes,
alright.
please don't.
I won't. Hey,
Yeah.
Side note, Muse, can we do like a live reaction to the finals when it actually comes around, please?
Okay. I will definitely be down for that.
But yeah, I think we could entitle this just like The Art of Being a Misfit / a candid discussion about disability.
Disabilities.
Yeah,
Honestly-
because I feel like that's what brought all of us together, to be honest.
It
It's
really
just.
was.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
We
a
all-
note for the title.
Oddly enough, it was
I was
kind of
gonna
like
Blue Mo.
part of being a misfit is getting stuff pushed on you all the time,
Mhm.
like the story you're telling, and being outcast for something you can't control, like
Yeah.
being queer or being LGBT, if you prefer, or being
Thankfully,
having a
that wasn't.
disability.
Thankfully, that was never an issue with me.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
person of color, or like any like something that society pushes you out of, and that's something that we all have some stake in some way. And I think
Mhm.
that's something that really connects us as a community.
Actually,
Yeah.
did I ever? I feel like I have in the group chat, but have I mentioned the one time at walk when I got called out by a racist?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you did say that. I remember
Yeah.
that. I remember that
Oh
story.
God.
God in heaven.
Oh God. That was like when I was just started walking there too.
Mm.
And I remember it
I
clearly.
remember that story. I was like, what this? Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about like maybe there's something about you that gets pushed out of the way, and we've created this second family from
Mhm.
being outcast. That's really there's no real trick to being a misfit other than you have something about you that like
Yeah.
most of
I mean,
society
yeah,
doesn't
I
like.
will
or
agree
gives
with
you
that.
reason.
It's the reason we call ourselves the Band of Misfits.
Yeah. Here's the best way to sum us up. If anyone has watched the movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
That is our theme song. We are the Owl of Misfit Toys.
Can I
Yeah.
say I have beef with that part of the song? How would you like to be a bird that doesn't fly? I swim, and I'm like, oh, you mean a penguin?
what?
Yeah.
People love penguins. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it's like that community, all of them had a part of them that was unique about
Yeah.
themselves, but it wasn't wanted. but they came together and they were a community, and that's what we are.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Has anyone seen the I think Muse has, but has any of you seen the CGI Rudolph? It was kind of like
I don't wish to.
it was kind of like a sequel. Well, like
Which one? There was like 5 sequels.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to explain.
I don't acknowledge
Like-
anything but the original.
Like it was like if like there was this the villain was going around stealing toys. And
Yes!
yes, I remember that
What?
one.
What
Yes,
show?
I love that one. I love that one.
What show are we talking about?
I had it. I had
That's
it
a
on
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
VC.
Reindeer sequel. Well,
I had it on VCR.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
The backstory of the villain, like, oh, I can't watch it without tearing up. Good God, I'm
Yeah.
feeling guilty.
aw.
Yeah.
Never
like,
heard of it.
Oh, I'm so showing you it.
Are you going to?
We should. I need to take my medicine soon, and
Yeah,
I need
okay,
to get food.
We should probably wrap it up on
Yeah,
that.
we'll wrap it up.
Thank you all so much for joining us for this very candid discussion about disability, which I was not expecting to have tonight.
Yeah,
And the art of
honestly,
being a
yeah.
misfit. How
Yeah,
great it is
really
to be
hard
a misfit.
Yeah, maybe.
Mhm.
And that's for those of you out there, like that are like
I
having a
found
hard
it.
time. You're gonna find your family, and sometimes family means people that will come together, and it doesn't mean blood all the time. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, family is not
The
blood.
art of being a misfit is not being afraid.
I mean, yeah, look at me and Muse. We are both adopted, and we same
Yeah.
family, so.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's not about, it's not even. It's just sometimes groups of people come together and they stick together.
Yeah, like I can't,
Yeah.
I can't act overly flamboyant with my family because my dad doesn't want me to flaunt it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a group where you can be completely yourself. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
that's
going
the art of
along-
being a misfit,
And
is
just
being
a group that you
unapologetically
can
yourself.
trust with being yourself too.
Yep. Be
Yeah.
unapologetically yourself. That's the art of it, really.
Mhm.
There's really no other.
Yeah. And
Find
going on a
a
side
group of
note.
people that won't judge you.
Yeah. And going on a quick side note, because we are talking about abilities, like coming from me and my personal, don't let it control your life just because that is not life to live.
Yeah.
You want to embrace it and not try and fight it.
Right.
And find friends like we did with each other that will help you branch out and help you accept your.
Yeah, might take a few years, but you'll find
It's
them.
not an
Oh,
easy
yeah.
road. We lucked out
Yeah.
for the most part early on. But
Mhm. We ran into
Well,
friends
yeah.
of friends, and those friends introduced us to new friends. And
Yeah.
It took me a few years because
It does.
I never hung
yeah,
out
we
with
didn't
y'all
meet till
in
high school.
I mean, and even then, I didn't really hang out with y'all.
Yeah, it
Well,
wasn't
not as
till like
much.
3 years later.
Yeah. and, it's a painful road sometimes. I won't lie to you, to self-acceptance, but it's worth it.
I was in the most
long
straight
run.
club. I was in the most straight club in high school.
Yes, you were.
I
Yes, you
was.
were.
Latte just unmuted.
But I walked that blazer like a bitch.
Yes, you did.
Latte, you
That's
got any?
I
more?
always feel like if you surround yourself with people that you can really feel comfortable around, that's the most important thing. I think a lot of times people make friends with people for clout and not for sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Latte. Don't be afraid of how, like, whatever reputation you have with the overall public doesn't really. I mean, it matters to an extent, but it doesn't matter if people think you're weird. Don't let, like, people thinking you're weird stop you from, like, what people think of you stop you from making genuine connections. That's
Mhm.
another-
And even if
Yeah,
you
we
struggle
can
with making connections, just take time, slow down, get to know people.
Like I said, don't let what people think of you, like, what's just that, whatever, like, larger group you're in, that, like, if they think you're weird, that's a hard thing to battle with, at first, but honestly, what connections you get from allowing yourself to be weird is really what being a misfit is all about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. And it's better for you in the long run, trust me.
Yeah.
It really is. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us tonight, all my lovely misfits out there. And I hope you join us next week when we talk about whatever
Who
we decide to
knows?
talk about again.
We never plan these things out, guys. Literally,
We don't plan them out
Tuesday
very
we're
well.
texting each other. What are we gonna
We
talk
do
about?
sometimes.
I tried to last week,
Look, we did try to
but
last week,
only
but
one
I think
person responded.
Again, Wolf
think
was
it's one
drowning
of
in
those
schoolwork.
it was exactly. I think this is exactly how it's supposed to turn out, though. This is the best way that we could have done the Art of Misfits podcast because
Yeah.
the only rules are be unapologetically yourself and accept yourself and surround yourself with people that genuinely care for you. That's really
Mhm.
all it's about.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey,
All right.
Muse, it's 10.
It's 10 o'clock. Muse needs to go take her drugs, and we'll end on that note. All right.
And on that note.